Hey everyone, here's our iteration release video for the product marketing team and digital experience for November 3rd. I'm going to hand this over to Tina to get us started, and we'll go around the room.
Yes, thanks. Am I sharing the right screen? Should see Figma, even though that's not what I'm going to talk about first. I was the DRI for the slippers maintenance issue this iteration. Turned out a lot of the things that I worked on were actually meant for for buyer experience, but one of the main changes is that we were asked to no longer use all caps on the marketing site. So I went into Figma and removed all instances of all caps. This doesn't include any edit, transform all caps or anything that somebody wrote in an article or a blob. It's blog, not blob. It's just instances of all caps like on our cards and as eyebrows and overview text and all of that. So that was the biggest change there. A lot of these pages that I worked on have been are put into engineering, so I won't show too much of them because they look better built. So there's the update on this DevOps tools landscape page. This is the mobile version. I hope Margaret will show that because she did a really great job on the mobile. I almost prefer the mobile experience. That's rare for me. I also created this template for GitLab versus competitor for best in class for each DevOps lifecycle stage. These already have been deployed also, so maybe I'm going to let Nathan show those and his great work there. This is the mobile version. And I also was asked to update the security page, which is also known as the Trust Center. So this is that page. And there's an issue for engineering for next to be built for next iteration. And that's that page. And this is the bottom of the page. And that's it for me. Next, I guess I'll hand it over to Margaret.
Yep. So as Tina mentioned, during this iteration, I worked on the DevOps tools landing page. I'm going to actually share that. I don't know if you guys can see it. So this is the page that Tina was showing on Figma. This is a table. So we're just toggling the features, the stages for each of these competitors. And this is, I'm going to show you the mobile version that she also mentioned. So it's just pretty much toggling the feature that you select here. And I think that's pretty much it. This is just a simple table. And as Tina also mentioned, we're implementing links for the competitors next week. I also worked on the OneTrust banner update. So I'm just gonna show you guys, this is how the banner would look for France. We removed the close icon here, the close button here, and we are blocking scrolling. So you can see, but I'm trying to scroll here now. But once I just interact with the banner, I can go back and interact with the page too. I also work on the site navigation for topics pages. I think I already showcased that in past iterations, but we were waiting on some feedback for that, and I think that's resolved. I think that was it for my iteration. I guess I hand it to Mateo.
Okay. Yes, I'll share. Okay, so this is one of the pages I worked on. This is the competition page. It has this new table which can show the different stages. It also has some scrolling, and it can also be clicked. Each row can be clicked and open the description, but that feature is disabled right now because we didn't have the content for the descriptions. I also worked on some small bugs. The anchor links were invisible in topics, and we also had to make the team ups boxes clickable, the full box, instead of only the button. And also, Nathan and I have been releasing the competitor pages, the GitLab versus competitor. I got The Jira and Harness page, we have been releasing those at the speed of content. And we will do 3 more today that we got the content for. And yeah, that's it for me. I will pass it over to Nathan.
Thanks. I'll start off with the like the versus pages. I'm just gonna share my screen. All right, where was I? Yeah, so the first one I worked on was the template. I think Tino showed it earlier. It's just creating a template for these versus pages for desktop, mobile, all that fun stuff. You'll see the tables a little different. It has like vertical tabs instead of, or horizontal instead of vertical. Yeah, horizontal instead of vertical on mobile. And then yeah, we've just been filling these in with content. And so Mateo and I have done 3. I think Mateo's done 2 already. And then we have another 3 more to do today. And then I've been working on moving that 404 job, or the 404 job to its own scheduled pipeline. So I created a weekly 404 checker pipeline that runs every, I think it's on like Sunday or Monday, but we can change the time, whatever we want. And then it will only run the bare essentials to do the 404 checker. And that means that I've also removed the 404 checker from like our daily, like whenever you merge, the merged jobs. The only issue right now is that there's some bug or something going on with there's like a parameter in there for conditions. And I guess you can't have like, you can't chain it like and, and you can only go like so many deep. So I'm just trying to debug that now. But on top of that, cleaned up some features YAML stuff. There was a lot of empty spaces and just trying to get that file size down, and then delete a bunch of unused like lines and properties. And then today, yeah, finishing up the data dog, and then I think there's still JFrog after. So we'll try and figure all that stuff out. But yeah, that's it's been a busy iteration. Hopefully I can get this all closed out by end of day. Hand it off to Javi.
Thank you, Nathan. Iteration. It feels like I forgot that I worked on this iteration, but then I looked at my board and I thought this was a thing that we released. So Tina and I worked on releasing this page, implemented feedback pretty much as fast as I could. Wrote a ton of MRs essentially to like clean up things as different sort of feedback came in from stakeholders in terms of both content and also regressions. I worked on the final pass for the data layer events for SaaS trial flow that should be merged as soon as the maintainer says that it's okay to merge, but we did like a second review yesterday and it looks like everything's fine. I worked with trying to rename the side navigation to side navigation variant 2 and then improve the reliability of the scroll events. I also broke apart that issue that I originally referenced in the sprint planning to 2 different ones because the scopes of work were different. So I wanted to make sure that like that was all clean and tight to make sure that it's easy to follow and the MRs don't get too huge. So that's it for me. I think I'll pass it back to Justin.
Thanks, Abby. I think that's it for us for this iteration. See you next time.